Welcome to the Writing Gym Podcast. This is Rodney with Annalisa's Tuesday Writing Tip.
However, you say that you are a pantser. So what is a pantser?
So a pantser is a writer who flies by the seat of his or her pants. And so they're writing over here, they're writing over there. They may start with chapter 1 and then end up with chapter 12. They never quite know exactly where they're headed. And there are a lot of books out there on how to outline, how to be an outliner. We learned in the 4th or 5th grade how to outline. We've had that bumped over our heads, but for those of us who have creativity that works in a non-linear fashion, there aren't a whole lot of resources out there. And I have to say, Cheryl, one of the most gratifying things that's happened for me since this book was published are the people who write to me or call me or just reach out in some way and say, I finally found my home. There is a place for me as a writer. That feels
They
really
don't feel like an outsider because they don't write the same way.
Exactly.
So you work with both types. Which group is easier to work with?
Neither group is easier to work with. It's really about finding the way that you write and being that writer, and that's what I help writers to do. For the pantser, the process is what I call a creativity vortex. So here we have the main, most important elements of any novel that we're putting together. We certainly want to be addressing the plot. We want to have quality characters. We're doing something. We want clarity. We don't want our novel to go all over the place, start in New York City and suddenly we're in San Francisco. Why? We don't know. And then the most elusive of them all, the pacing. This is what creates that page turner. What's going to happen next? Are they going to fall in love? Is he going to find the golden chalice? Whatever it is that we're looking for. And so, as I said, for the outliner, these are pretty straightforward. The character does this and then this and then this. That's very clear. I've got my pacing. For the pantser, and this is the most important element, it's not a matter of the what. It's the matter of the when. And so this is a demonstration that I use because the pantser, as I said, might start with chapter 1, then jump to chapter 12. And so as they're moving through the process, they need to think about each of these things, but they're going to progress in time. So if, for example, they start at character and move to clarity, pacing, plot, character, clarity, pacing, plot. They're moving through those over the course of time. The vortex demonstrates time where they keep coming back to these concepts over and over and over again. So it's a little more cyclical rather than linear. This demonstration has helped a lot of pantsers to understand what's happening in their mind and be able to feel some structure, to feel a foundation around what it is that they're doing and putting together. But that's what I have observed. And when it comes to the learning styles, we absolutely want to be implementing those learning styles. So Howard Gardner at Harvard University many decades ago recognized that we have different learning styles, right? So there's kinesthetic and there's visual and there's auditory. Tapping into those learning styles is an important part of what I do to help people to find the writer that they are and be their best writer, so that if you are kinesthetic, you should have these things that you're moving around to help you to be a better writer. We do a lot with visual learners, and how do you organize your novel in a visual way? And I have seen some very creative interpretations of how you can visually represent a novel. At the end of the day, we're using all of the tools in the toolbox to get that story out.
Thanks for tuning in to the Writing Gym Podcast. Full-length episodes are released every Thursday. If you like what you've heard and are interested to see if you're the right fit for the Writing Gym, here's what to do next. Head to www.datewiththemuse.com/publish now and book an appointment to speak with our team. I'm Rodney Wright, one of the gym rats over at the Writing Gym, and until next time, happy writing.